Welcome back to Go and Law for the Layman. In the last video, we discussed deed of succession, which is one of the two ways in which you can claim your share in the inheritance. The other way of claiming your share is by filing inventory proceedings. So in today's video, we're going to discuss what exactly are inventory proceedings and how they are conducted. So let's dive in. So inventory proceeding is basically a petition that you file before a court to declare and partition your share in the inheritance. How do you do it? There are basically 10 steps that I'm going to cover in this video, which will explain and give you a basic gist of what inventory proceedings are. Step number 1 is the petition. So petition of inventory is filed before a court within whose local limits the deceased person had permanent residence. This application is accompanied by a death certificate of the deceased person and a document showing your connection to the deceased person, and you have to also name one person who is to be appointed as head of the family, which takes us to step number 2. So head of the family is basically a person appointed by the court who is responsible to list all the legal heirs or all the persons who have a share in the inheritance, and also to list out all the assets of the inheritance. Basically, it is the spouse of the deceased person who is appointed as head of the family, and in the absence of the spouse, it is the eldermost child who was residing with the deceased person at the time of his death. So once this head of the family is appointed, that takes us to step number 3, which is taking of oath and issuing notices to interested parties. So once this head of the family is appointed, he has to take an oath before the court that he is going to discharge all his duties responsibly, and he has to name all the interested parties who have a share in the inheritance. Once he files this list containing all the names of all the persons having a share in the inheritance, court will issue notices to all these persons, and thereafter fix a date of hearing on which all these interested persons will appear. So that takes us to the next step, that is list of assets. So once all these interested parties appear before the court, the head of the family will file what is known as a list of assets. A list of assets is basically a list of all the properties that the deceased person owned at the time of his death, and this will include the movable properties, the immovable properties, as well as the debts that the deceased person owed to third parties. And once this list is filed, all the interested parties will be given a chance to object to this list. Objections could be that certain assets are not included in the list, or that assets which are included in the list did not belong to the deceased estate leaver. So once these objections are raised, the court will hold an inquiry and pass appropriate orders on these objections, either allowing them or rejecting them. If the objections are allowed, then fresh list of assets have to be filed, and if the objections are rejected, then the court will proceed to the next step, that is valuation of assets. Valuation of assets is nothing but determining the money value of the properties of the deceased person. So the head of the family will suggest the name of a person to be appointed as a valuer, who will give a report to the court, tendering to the court the money value of the movable and immovable assets left behind by the deceased. And once he furnishes his report, and once the value of the assets is decided, the court will proceed to the next step, that is final list. A final list is basically a consolidated list which is drawn by the court. The list will contain all the items from the list of assets along with their corresponding values, which have been now furnished by the valuer. So the list will contain the items of the estate and their respective values. And once this final list is drawn, the court will proceed to the next step, step number 7, which is conference of parties. Conference of parties is basically an opportunity given to all the interested parties to come upon an amicable settlement as to how the properties have to be distributed amongst themselves. So if the parties can agree upon the manner in which the items have to be distributed, then the parties can file a draft chart of partition. If they can't agree, then the court proceeds for the next step, which is licitation. Licitation is nothing but auction amongst the legal heirs. Now, if the parties cannot arrive upon a scheme of partition amicably, then the parties have to go for auction amongst themselves, so that a party who prefers a particular property can outbid the other parties and take that property by giving them the money value of that property. This is known as licitation. So once this entire procedure of licitation is completed, we proceed to the next step, that is payment of stamp duty. In order to get a final order of partition of the estate from the court, you have to pay 1% stamp duty on the entire estate of the deceased estate leaver. Now, this responsibility is of all the legal heirs proportionate to their respective share in the inheritance. But if all the legal heirs are not cooperating, one of the legal heirs can pay the stamp duty and recover it from the others along with interest. And once all this procedure is completed and the stamp duty is paid, the court will finally draw up what is known as a chart of partition. A chart of partition will reflect basically which interested party is getting property and which interested party is getting money. And once this final chart of partition is drawn, it will be followed by what is known as a decree, and this final chart of partition and decree will conclude the entire inventory proceeding. So that was an overview of what inventory proceedings are. If you have any queries, post them in the comment section below. The next video is going to be a Q&A. I will select as many questions as I can and I will answer them in the next video to the best of my ability. So subscribe to the channel to stay in the loop. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.